getting letters. Used to be fun, but now I know what it is. It's always bills, nothing else. We got back yesterday. Hello and welcome back, everyone. We got back yesterday from Barcelona late last night. I had to drop Monika off in Ipswich and then drive all the way back to Belvedere here, where I am now. And the reason I'm back in Belvedere, as opposed to Ipswich where Monika is because the Bonneville is getting picked up today. I'll do a proper introduction of who's going to pick the bike up, but in essence, someone truly believes that they can fix the Bonneville. So they'll be arriving, depending on how badly they get stuck in the traffic, because it is awful today. They'll be arriving in a van, pick it up, take it away. I'll fill you in with everything when they arrive, and I'll make sure to have a little chat on camera to the person who's picking it up. I'm hoping they'll arrive maybe in an hour or so. So I'm going to go and cook a bit of lunch now, look for the lockup key, because I can't exactly remember where I put it. I ended up doing a last minute frantic throwing of everything underneath kitchen cabinets and things, so the people who did the home swap with us could have a bit of space. So I need to try and figure out where I ended up hiding everything. So I'll get the key, I'll go and get the Bonneville out in a little bit, and I'll just wait for the call that Joe is downstairs. Should be exciting. I've been kind of waiting for this day for about a week or two now, but I wasn't sure if it would ever happen, that someone would actually take on the Bonneville to try and repair it. I'm quite excited now. And I just saw in the Facebook group for this development here in Belvedere that a really nice, I think it's 2015 or 2017 Lexus 4x4 just stolen last night. The guy who owns it was just heading downstairs and he went down to his parking space this morning and it's gone. It seems so easy to steal luxury cars now. I don't understand how it's possible. Anyway, you can see that I've been killing some time while waiting. I also dug out this. This little uninspiring thing here is my service book for the Triumph. It was a write-off when I bought the Triumph that I didn't know about. I shared that in a previous video. But I was also looking through the handbook and the user manual. And in the handbook, I love these. This is the original one. So it did come with this. It says that the Bonneville was sold as new to Carl Rosner motorcycles. That's Carl Rosner Triumph in southwest London, Croydon. And it was handed over by Marco Pulgiaffetto in March 2010. But the interesting thing is, if I flick through all of the service history, you can see here that I think, if I'm right, I bought the bike about 4 or 5 years ago. This was actually, to be fair, a fully stamped Bonneville. When I bought it, it looked perfect condition. Really, it looked like the type of bike that someone cleaned with a toothbrush. And up until I bought it, it had a full stamped service history. In fact, just a year before I bought it, it had a full stamped Triumph service history. And then the service stamps are, what do they say, conspicuous by their absence, because I took ownership of it. Not proud of that. Well, I just have to bide my time now. I'll find some other useless stuff to do while I wait for Joe. Joe.
Hello.
Pleasure, pleasure. This is Joe from the Wurks YouTube channel. I put up the channel page here. When I got the bike back from the specialist, Triumph, and he said, look, it's either in reality a write-off or just put a new engine in it because it could be so far gone, you may just not be able to fix it. Joe, you kindly got in touch.
I did.
Saying that you're fairly confident you may be able to fix it.
We can save anything.
Yeah, I know. Okay. I love it. Why do you think like this? Why are you confident that you can fix it? Tell me about your background and your thoughts on this bike.
Okay, so well, I've been repairing, restoring, rebuilding motorcycles for 17 years, something of that nature.
Personally or professionally?
Personally. I'd never done any of it professionally, but I got a background in engineering, so fully qualified engineer, and I mean, you've seen my T100 SE. Almost
the same year.
Yeah,
as this.
Same year, same spec, or it was.
So you know the bikes?
Oh yeah. I've been engine down, bare frame, back up. So yeah.
And day job, JLR?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're just automotive through and through.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, Joe, tell me what you thought when you first saw that I was having issues.
Do you want my honest reviews? I was crying at the screen when you brought it back in the rain and the starter mode was still engaged. I'm thinking, oh, switch it off. But
interesting.
Unless you know, you don't know, do you?
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
So that was the first issue I had.
Yeah.
It was, in essence, the starting issue. The starter motor would have been on the whole time while riding.
Yeah. And then it's the view of whatever that pull down is. So obviously, it seems like your battery's probably toast.
Yep, it is.
Then you've got that drawdown on the charging circuits, whether the regulator rectifier's on its way out or iffy, and then obviously whatever we see in the stator from the charging circuit. But yeah.
Have you got an idea where you may start with this? How do you go about? Okay, so this has been termed, in essence, kind of borderline write-off. Where do you start looking at this, trying to get it right?
So the first thing I do, I pull the battery out. I've got a spare battery at home, stick that on, drop a compression tester in there, get the flat line readings. I'll take the readings out of the book, and I'll also do it on my Triumph. And then you've got a good...
For a reference.
Good base reference. Then if we're good there, then we're pretty confident in the engine, because it sounded pretty sweet when you brought it back. So,
I agree.
So hopefully we're okay there. If that's the case, then we'll start doing continuity and resistance checks on the stator in the alternator. If that works out okay, then that part of the charging circuit is probably okay. We can do a live test, see what the AC voltage is.
I'm genuinely excited. Seriously, I'm so excited. Just
so on and so on.
Do you find it almost a challenge to see if it's possible to? Because for me, it's just so exciting. Thinking, is it possible? Just purely from an interest point of view, can you actually get this back on the road? When a very well-respected mechanic said it's possibly not possible.
The difference is time and labour, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas for me, it's all for channel and content, and so.
Do you have an idea? And not that I'm pushing you, because I don't need it. I've accepted, to be honest, I accepted it was a write-off and I wouldn't get it. Time frame, how long it may take?
Actual hours, it could be 40 hours, something like that.
Yep.
But depends on how far you end up going, how it comes back. But I mean, we had a conversation a little bit about potentially DGR.
Yeah, I know. To get it back for the DGR would be amazing.
I think having that back outside the factory at Hinckley could be
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be a dream. Just the thought of getting it back on the road would be amazing. What we'll do then, we'll get this on the trailer. Joe will take it away for an undetermined amount of time. I mean, it may be gone for the winter. It could be gone. I'll just make sure that I'm topped up with press bikes. On a side note, am I going to buy another bike? I don't know. Every time I look at it, I just love this bike so much. This is the problem I've got now. I own my dream bike, and when Joe contacted me and said, look, I can at least give it a go, I think I could probably fix it, I then suddenly started thinking, but if someone says they can fix it, surely I have to give it a go and see if they can fix it. So Joe, Massively appreciate it. Thank
No
you.
problem.
I
No problem
will
at all.
link Joe's account here and details below. And would I be able to come down sporadically, once or
Yeah.
twice, to see your workshop?
Yeah, absolutely. We can do
Because
that.
you do, just before we wrap this up, you do some quite interesting projects, don't you?
Yeah. So I got the Scrambler I built, which is one of these with a Tiger 800 front end. It's the 900 Scrambler headlight, Scrambler XC from the 1200 Scrambler, shock absorbers, 4-inch extension in the swing arm. It's got Tiger wheels fitted and an offset adjusted. So yeah.
Is that in your workshop?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll come down. I have to come down. Right, Joe, thank you.
No problem.
Good luck.
I need it.
Bikes just headed off. Joe said to me he did a bit of filming for his YouTube channel, so you can check out a bit of filming there as well. But he said, am I sad the Bonneville's going? I said, no, not one bit. Excitement is the only thing running through my head now. Just knowing it's in brilliant hands, and I've got zero doubt at all that whether he succeeds or not, it's in very, very capable hands. Joe said just before he left, I said to him, do you honestly think you can fix it? And he said, oh, one way or another, 100%, I will fix this. I won't take no for an answer. And then he said, do you have those Triumph badges that got sent to me from Canada? And I said, yes. And he said, well, go and get them. I'll go and put them on the bike as well when I've got a chance. So the Bonneville would also have 2 fresh tank badges as well, hopefully, assuming all goes well. I'll make sure to go down and do some filming at Joe's place, because Joe and, by the sounds of it, his dad, like ripping bikes apart and rebuilding them for fun. I mean, the things they have done to their bikes and the things Joe's done to his bikes. He's got a Harley Sportster, he's got a Triumph Bonneville that he's done so much work to, I couldn't even keep up with the type of stuff he does. He creates Frankenstein bikes for fun in his free time. He's that kind of guy. So I can't wait to, for one, go and see his place and do a full tour of the machines he's got in his garage, and also see updates about how the Bonneville's going. So of course I will keep you posted with all of that, and I'll wrap it up. I'm about to head on back to Belvedere. Hopefully I'll just about miss the rush hour. But the Bonneville is now officially gone and in capable hands. So thank you so much everyone for watching. I'll see you all in the next one with a Royal Enfield.